The batch editor makes the modification and the addition of action in a batch file easier. You can open it by clicking the Open Editor button in the Batch Run interface. A batch file is displayed in 5 columns that represent the XML file in a tree form. The first column lists the different parameters to be defined in a task. This column also displays the batch file comments like the loops, the if-else-if conditions, the variables, and arrays. The second column shows if the parameter is automatically valued or not. We simply have to double-click to switch from yes to no and vice versa. The third column informs on the variable type, variable, macro variable, or vector. Then we have the column displaying the parameters' values. And the last column reports the macro index of the macro variables or the vector component of compound variables on which the task is run, if any. Let's take an example of grade estimation. We want to estimate grades through kriging in some domains and quick interpolation in other domains. We've got 2 tasks that have been saved: a kriging and a quick interpolation. The idea is to repeat these 2 tasks on several domains using a macro variable and a loop instruction. For that, we first create an array. We call it domain names, which contains the different domains. North rich or, North poor or, South rich or, and lastly, South poor or. Then we add a for instruction just before the 2 interpolation tasks to loop on all the domains. Note that as we need to access some array elements, we must use zero-based indices, which means that the index of the first element is 0, the one of the second is 1, etc. We can add a text in a message field to inform on the calculation step performed when running the batch file. In a second step, we add an if condition to consider only the domains that contain the string rich in their name to run kriging only on these rich domains. We change the selection on the input and output files to work on those domains. We can use the Find Replace widget to replace the original selection name once for all in the whole file by clicking Ctrl F to open it. For the other domains, we want to run a quick interpolation, so we add an else condition for the quick interpolation task. Now, to specify a neighborhood size for each domain, we create another array and we use this size as a parameter in the kriging and quick interpolation tasks. Lastly, we save the modified batch file to be able to run it later from the batch run section.